Uh, Hello everyone. Very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani, your research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है, तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो. So that I know you all are with me live in the session. And we just wait for a couple of minutes until few people join in. And then we should be good to go with today's mid-market session. अगर आप लोग लाइव हो, मेरी आवाज सुन पा रहे हो, स्क्रीन देख पा रहे हो, तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो, सो दैट आई नो यू आर विथ मी लाइव. श्रीधर जी, ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर. गुड आफ्टरनून. दिनेश जी, आशा जी saying yes sir. Okay, perfect. Karthik ji, hi, good afternoon to you as well. Yeah, I think I'm feeling better. My voice is not 100%, but nevertheless, my voice has kind of improved compared to how it was yesterday. Uh, so nevertheless, let us start off with today's mid-market session. So सबसे पहले शुरुआत करते हैं ग्लोबल मार्केट अपडेट से. यूएस इंडाइसेस में कल प्रॉफिट बुकिंग नजर आई. डाउ जोन्स क्लोज्ड अराउंड 0.47% लोअर. S&P 500 1.16% लोअर क्लोज हुआ. और Nasdaq also closed around 1.8%. So Nasdaq is kind of tech heavy index है. उसमें काफी 2 दिन से हम लगातार प्रॉफिट बुकिंग देखते आ रहे हैं. डाउ फ्यूचर्स की बात करें, so that is down around 0.14%. So that is indicating a flat to negative start to the US markets today. If you look at the European markets, Germany was down 0.48%. London was the only European index that was in the green, that closed around 0.9% higher. And France closed around 0.25% lower. Eurostox index again was up 0.28%. If you look at the Asian markets, so the other Asian markets are relatively mixed. Nikkei is down 1%, Hang Seng is down 0.2%, Kospi is seeing some profit booking today. It is down around 1.5%. Shanghai is mildly positive, it's up 0.23%. Our markets have recovered. We are at 25,884. I think Nifty has held on to its 50-day exponential moving average. It's a good positive sign for us. That the 25,700, 25,750 on the downside, which is where the 50-day EMA is placed for the index, has not broken yet. And even for Sensex, Sensex is up 0.2%. It's at 84,732 currently. If we look at the macro indicators, so dollar index एक थोड़ा सा pullback हमें देखने को मिला था कल के सेशन में, बट अभी भी ओवरऑल ट्रेंड डॉलर इंडेक्स का डाउन ही है. अभी भी हम 100 के नीचे है. तो जब तक हम 100 के नीचे है, तब तक there is no major worry for us. Ideally, we want dollar to weaken against our currency as well as the basket of 6 major currencies as well. And rupee continues to gain for the second consecutive day. So yesterday RBI has kind of intervened and they would have sold some dollars and currency swap भी किए होंगे कल, जिसकी वजह से almost 0.59% rupee gain हुआ, and today it has gained around 0.31%. But still early signs, it's at 90. Ideally we want dollar by rupee to be at 87, 86. अब जितना ज्यादा यहाँ से रुपी स्ट्रेंथन होगा तब जाके FIIs को थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा हमारे मार्केट्स में इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए. But as long as dollar stays elevated, again chances of FIIs covering their short positions in index futures as well as them returning in the cash market seems to be unlikely. If you look at the US government bonds 10-year yields, it is hovering around the 4.14% currently. So I think nothing much. We just saw that Fed ने अभी interest rates cut किया है. But I feel there could be some jitteriness once 4.2% is taken out on the upside. If we look at the Indian government bonds 10-year yields post the spike here at around 6.66%, we could see the yields retesting its previous trendline resistance, and 6.5% is now acting as a strong support. And I feel any move below 6.5 is going to be positive for the equity markets. But if the yields goes up, let's say again towards 6.6, 6.7, then again the bond market will look attractive compared to the equity markets here. And the most important the thing to look out for is we have the Japan's monetary policy decision announcement tomorrow. I think that is the interest rate decision that the whole global markets will be keenly tracking in. I mean, that is the major, global factor to be considered in. And we could see the Japanese bond yields. I mean, look at the rise from almost 1.4% to 1.9%. And since it broke out of that 1.6% range, it has kind of moved up. So it is already factoring in a rate hike. If Japan decides not to hike rates, then it will be a big positive development for the markets across, and especially for the Indian markets. But if Japan goes for a rate hike, I don't think we will see an impact, because I feel market has already factored in a rate hike here, and some of the yen carry trade unwinding might already be taking place. So I don't see any strong reaction post the announcement, considering the fact that the rate hike has already been factored in. If Japan decides not to hike the rates, that is when we can probably see a big jump in our markets tomorrow. If we look at crude oil, so crude oil has seen some bounce from its prior support of $55 a barrel. But still, the overall trajectory for crude oil is still down. It trades below all the key moving averages. I feel as long as we are below the $60 a barrel, there is not going to be a major worry for us. If we look at India VIX, so India VIX again continues, the volatility continues to cool down. We are near about 9.49. That's where the major support for India VIX is. So we can see right now the premiums are cheap. There is no intraday spikes that we are seeing in the premiums. That is due to the fact that the India VIX is at the lower levels. Even the implied volatility for Nifty is extremely low. But such readings also warrant caution, because extreme low volatility readings can lead to some short-term spikes as well. Probably, I feel, looking at where India VIX is placed, extremely low reading, and if there is any surprise announcement by the Bank of Japan, the market is factoring in a 0.25% rate hike. If Japan goes for a 0.5% rate hike, I think that could create some sort of trouble in tomorrow's session. So we'll have to wait and figure out. The markets are factoring in a 0.25% rate hike. If it happens, I don't see any major impact. If it's 0.5%, then I feel we can correct even further. If there is no change, but that will be a good positive sign for us. I think these are probably the key scenarios that could play out in tomorrow's session. If you look at gold, so gold is probably in a rising trajectory. It is on course to move towards the 4,350, $4,400 an ounce, with around $4,250 an ounce acting as a strong support for gold. If you look at silver, so silver continues to move higher. It's at $66 an ounce. So looks like there is no stopping silver. The rate at which it is moving in, I feel 72 dollars might be on the cards in silver very soon. With around 60 59 $60 an ounce, that level is likely to act as a strong support. If you look at the FI positioning, so rare buying day by the FIIs yesterday. So they were net sellers in the past 14 trading sessions, roughly taking out almost 28,500 crores in the cash market. So December, first time in December, for the first day in December, they were net buyers. So they bought around 1,170 crores. I think this figure is absolutely insignificant. compared to the sell-off that we have seen in the last 14 sessions. Still, the sentiment from the FII is bearish. And if you look at the positioning in the FII index futures, the net index futures from minus 87,000 has gone to minus 1,64,000. And the long short ratio has dropped even further to 8.15%. So we were around 19% at the start of December, and we have gradually fallen to 8% now. So you can see even the long short ratio is gradually going down, and that means FIIs, despite the pullback that we are seeing on an intraday basis in Nifty, the FIIs has been piling up more short positions in the index futures. So it's around 92% short positions, only 8% long positions. So we'll have to wait and see if there is any change after tomorrow's Bank of Japan's policy announcement. If we look at Nifty, so Nifty has staged a smart recovery from the lows. So around making a low of 25,725, Nifty has seen a sharp recovery. We are nearing about the 25,900 mark, but on the daily chart, if we see, we are still below the trend line. Like I said, even previously also, Nifty kind of took support from that same 25,700, 25,730 zone. You could see it was hovering for 3 days, then there was a jump. But then the Nifty failed to sustain higher. It took resistance around this trend line, and from then, in the last 3 trading sessions, we have seen Nifty moving down. We are still to break above the trend line, and like we saw in yesterday's session, as long as we don't go above the trend line, the trend is likely to remain sideways to bearish. But the support seems to have gotten very stronger. So around 25,700, 25,720. Now, that zone, which also coincides with the 50-day EMA for Nifty, that zone has become a strong zone now. So Nifty should be holding on to 25,700. If we get a break below 25,700, then I feel we can move until the 100-day EMA. That is until 25,500 on the downside. Upside, I feel again, we are still below the 20-day EMA. We need a breakout above 25,930, 25,950. Ideally about 26,000. I feel the next up move or the pullback जो एक आएगा, एक strong pullback की हम उम्मीद तब लगा सकते हैं जब निफ्टी 26,000 को डिसाइसिवली ऊपर की तरफ क्रॉस करेगा. बट जब तक ये ट्रेंड लाइन के नीचे है, द ट्रेंड लाइकली इज रिमेन टू स्टे साइडवेज टू बेरिश. इफ यू लुक एट सेंसेक्स, सो सेंसेक्स की भी इंट्राडे चार्ट में अगर हम देखें तो लोअर लेवल से एक स्ट्रॉन्ग पुलबैक देखने को मिला है. From almost 84,200, Sensex has moved higher to almost 84,800 now. That's a 600 points jump from the intraday lows. But again, if you look at the daily chart, even Sensex is below the trend line here. Even Sensex has bounced off from the previous low. So if you see, the previous low was around 84,300 mark. Today also, if you see the low, that is around 84,238. So there's 84,250, 84,300 is a strong support for Sensex. Last time also we saw a gap up opening the next day. And today also there is some recovery that we are seeing from the lower level. So 84,300 on the downside, keep a track on that level. That is likely to be a strong support level for Sensex. If we break below 84,300, then probably we can see 83, 200, probably 83, 300 on the downside. That is where the 100-day EMA for Sensex is placed. On the upside, I feel as long as we don't go above the trend line, you can clearly see that a downward sloping trend line here, and prices have been taking resistance and moving down. But as long as we don't take out 85,000, 85,100 on the downside, I feel chances of a strong up move is kind of ruled out. So 84,300 on the downside, a strong support. Maybe above 85,000, we could see some pullback coming in. Below 84,300, I think we can expect 83,100, 83,200. That is where the 100-day EMA for Sensex is placed. If you look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty also has shown strong recovery from the lows. So the lows was around 58,700. We have moved until 59,200. So that's a good jump in Bank Nifty as well. But if you look at the daily chart, one interesting sign in Bank Nifty is that, so yesterday we saw Bank Nifty breaking below the upward sloping trend line. And today, though we were lower, we opened lower. If you see, today's low is 58,712.7. And apparently today's high was also the same, 58,712. So in candlestick, there is something called as open is equal to low formation, where the open price is exactly equal to the low price here. Usually, whenever you get that, it indicates that the market has not made a new low. The low is equal to open, and chances are that the price has only moved up from there. And that is what we are seeing in Bank Nifty, where the open and low is same, but we are nearing above the trend line here. It was very crucial for Bank Nifty to hold this trend line and close above the trend line. So if we get a close above 59,200, 59,300, then I feel that the short term trend of Bank Nifty, which is up, that is likely to remain intact. And if we get a close above 59,300, then we can move towards 59,500, followed by 59,800, and then likely towards 60,100 here. And on the downside, I feel this zone of you can see this the prior swing high zone, which acted as a resistance. That level is likely to act as a support now. So 58,500, 58,600, that zone is likely to act as a strong support. If As long as this level holds, I feel Bank Nifty can maybe be sideways to bullish. But if it breaks below 58,500, then I think we can expect Bank Nifty maybe correcting downwards. And from a medium term, I think we can even probably expect Bank Nifty to move towards its 100-day EMA. That is around 57,300, 57,400. So it's very crucial to see where Bank Nifty closes today. And that is probably what will decide the trend in Bank Nifty in the upcoming session. If you look at the heat map, HDFC Bank is flat, but ICICI is up around 1.18%. Shriram Finance continues to move higher. All the financial services space, all these companies, part of that index are doing well today. Bajaj Twins are doing well. Kotak is flat, but Axis Bank, post the fall of nearly 4%, is trying to recover. HDFC Life, SBI Life is up in the range of 0.4 and 0.17%. SBI is up 0.43%. Again, IT continues to be strong. So post the profit booking that we saw in the IT index, we can see that TCS is up 1.68%. Infy continues to move higher, 1.4%. अगर आपने देखा, हाल ही में हमने रेशो चार्ट्स का सेशन लिया था, तभी हमने IT by निफ्टी कंपेयर किया था, तो हमें ये दिख रहा था कि IT has been outperforming Nifty index. Wipro is up 0.89%, and even TechM is up nearly in the zone of in the range of 1% here. If you look at oil and gas, Reliance is kind of supporting Nifty. It's up 0.39%. Not a very strong move in Reliance, but nevertheless, the trend is positive. If you look at auto names are seeing some profit booking. Mahindra is down 0.83%. Bajaj Auto is down 0.84%. So no real support from auto today. IT is supporting. Some pockets of financial services and banking space are supporting the Nifty move. Reliance is kind of holding up. FMCG, again, the broader trend for FMCG still remains down, but ITC and Nestle India relatively flat today. Even in pharma, healthcare, both these sectors are underperforming Nifty, and Sun Pharma is down around 3% today. Bharti Airtel is flat. Metal stocks, again, it continues to move up higher. Hindalco is at 1.4% higher. Grasim 0.47% higher. Ultratech Cement continues to fall. JSW Steel is up 0.81%. Indigo, there was a message from Indigo CEO saying that the worst is over for them. So hopefully, we could expect some recovery gradually coming in Indigo as well. It's up 2.64%. Fundamentally, a strong stock. Just that because of what happened with Indigo, with the flight cancellations, with the new norms, with the fog around, with the technical glitches, etc., that kind of weighed heavily on the stock sentiment. But hopefully, I feel Nifty, I think Indigo is ready to probably take off from the current levels now. And I hope the current takeoff for the Indigo is relatively smoother. And hopefully everyone, all the Indigo shareholders kind of be happier in the next 1 month or so. If you look at healthcare stocks, so even healthcare stocks are down, though the overall, the major trend is down, but Max Healthcare, it's up 2%. But even the overall trend for Max Health is down here. BL, defense stocks continues to fall. Almost all the defense counters are down. BL, Cochin Shipyard, Musgao Dock, HAL, Data Patterns, MTAR Tech, all the defense names, you take any names, all the names are kind of not doing well. Power Grid is down 1.4%, NTPC is down 0.86%. If we look at the sectoral recap, or the sectors that are showing strength in the last 5 days, we have seen there is some traction in the metal space that is up around 1.6%. Some PSU banks have also started to move higher. So yesterday we saw Canara Bank doing well, Union Bank, these particular counters doing well today. Yesterday, today TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra are some good names from the IT space. Metal, we have seen Hindalco, JSW Steel, both these counters are doing well. So these are the top three sectors, metal, IT and PSU banks, जहाँ पे आज के दिन में एक strong momentum और traction है और पिछले 5 दिन से हम देखते आ रहे हैं. But the sectors that are kind of relatively underperforming, वो है आपका defense. Clearly stay away from defense, guys. I think this is not a time to be emotional and take decisions. But you have to be little practical as well. If defense is working, you know stay in defense. But if defense sector is underperforming, there is no point in investing in that sector if you can see that the prices have been gradually moving lower every day. फिर से एक reversal signs आता है, then you will get a chances to re-enter into that sector again. But for now, avoid the defense space. It's down around 3%. Even the CPSE sector is down around 2%. Auto continues to see some profit booking, down around 1.6%. Pharma, healthcare, both are down 1.3, 1.2%. So these are the sectors that are lagging behind, whereas only it's the metal, IT and PSU banks that are relatively doing well in this weak market. Now, talking about the key stocks to watch and the key sectors to focus on, since the overall market is still weak, every day we discuss only about bullish counters here. I think we have hardly discussed about bearish stocks and the bearish counters as well. So today, for a change, we'll be discussing about sectors that are underperforming because see, there is, despite the intraday pullback today, the market sentiment is weak. It's not very strong. So there are only a handful of sectors that are doing well, but majority of the sectors, like we discussed, CPSE, tourism, healthcare, realty, defense, pharma, these are the sectors that are underperforming. And I'll also tell you, one smart way to find out intraday opportunities as well. Towards the end, मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि आप कैसे false entries से आप बच सकते हो. But before that, some of the sectors that are underperforming, one is your CPSE space, guys. So all the stocks that are part of the CPSE space, this is CPSE by Nifty's ratio chart. So you can clearly see that the ratio line is falling down. That clearly suggests that the overall CPSE sector is underperforming. Now, if you look at a couple of stocks, one is Cochin Shipyard. Now, look at Cochin Shipyard today. Look at the candle formation. There is a small pullback at the lower levels. Now, if you are a new investor and you might think, okay, the worst is over for defense, Cochin Shipyard is up around 7.7% today. Let's get into this stock now. Now, I think if you are someone who tries to make decisions like that, I would say, stop making decisions like that, because you see, Cochin Shipyard falls under defense and also comes under CPSE. Look at the trend of Cochin Shipyard, it's been down. So if आज का pullback देके don't think okay now the worst is over, now the stock is going to move up. हो सकता है 2-3 दिन ऊपर जाए फिर से वो नीचे जा जाए. So whenever it rises, so probably look for sell on rise setups in the sectors that are underperforming. Even the sectors that are underperforming, हो सकता है वही sectors में कोई stocks intraday में एक अच्छा pullback दे और आपको लगेगा अभी हाँ एक ट्रेंड रिवर्सल है, यहाँ पे ऊपर जा सकता है, you will buy. एंड होगा क्या कि आप जो लेवल पे आप बाई करोगे, that is the level from where the stock will start falling in. So Cochin Shipyard, though it is up, but don't be like aggressively bullish here, because you see it still trades below its 20-day EMA. Similarly, if you look at NTPC is also down now. Look at the trajectory. It opened with a gap up. You see there was a close here, a gap up opening hua, but you see the trend ekdam niche hai. So if you're looking for buy setups in a sector that is underperforming, आपका कभी इंट्राडे में पैसा नहीं बनेगा, शायद स्विंग में भी नहीं बनेगा. So if you look at NTPC is down. The support is around 315. You can see RSI is below 40 years, so the trend for NTPC also looks weaker. So overall CPSE space, I feel that is likely to underperform Nifty. Now, if you look at the other sector that is underperforming Nifty, that is your tourism space. Now, look at this ratio line here. Look at how the line has been progressively falling. Clearly shows that the tourism sector is under pressure. Now, let us see some stocks from the sector. Look at Chalet Hotels. Now, Chalet Hotels, if you see, it held on to its 200-day EMA, and today see it has given a support breakdown. There's a major support breakdown. Post the consolidation phase, there is a sharp breakdown in Chalet Hotels. So looks like even Chalet Hotels will see some pressure in the coming sessions. It trades below its 20-day EMA, RSI is below 40, and ADX is also starting to rise. That indicates that the bearish trend is getting stronger here. Similarly, even if you look at Westlife, even Westlife has been moving in a lower high formation. It tried to go past its 20-day EMA, but it failed to sustain higher. And since then, again, you can see Westlife has taken a beating today. So again, an up move is unlikely unless 555, 560 is taken out on the upside. I think on the downside around 510, 505, that is the next probable support for Westlife. So like CPSE, even tourism sector is down. The third sector that is relatively underperforming is the healthcare space. Now look at healthcare. If you remember, healthcare beach mein ek pullback diya tha. We thought Max Health will start going up now. See, now I'll show you what has happened in Max Wealth here. Now you know for a fact that the healthcare sector is underperforming. And as long as this trend line is not broken out, the chances of an up move is unlikely. Now look at a stock like healthcare, Max Health. Max Health beach mein kya hua tha? It was kind of consolidating. It stayed below its 20-day EMA. RSI is below 40. ADX is rising. MACD line is below the signal line and zero line. Now, if you are looking for an intraday basis, now see what has happened here. Intraday mein, kal ke 15th of December, there was a pullback. What I'm trying to say is, if a sector is underperforming, for example, healthcare, and you see that the stock is rising in that sector, don't try to get into that, phase where it rises. Look for where there could be the next resistance for the stock. And probably you could see आपको एक trend line breakdown मिलेगा या एक RSI divergence मिलेगा. That is probably the level that you should be looking to short such stocks. बिकॉज अगर आप यहाँ पे बाइंग करके एक्सपेक्ट करोगे कि और ये चलेगा 2-3 दिन चलेगा, तो शायद हो सकता है आपका आज नहीं तो कल आपका एसएल हिट होगा. सो आई एम सेइंग इन एन अंडरपरफॉर्मिंग सेक्टर्स लुक फॉर अ सेल ऑन राइज सेटअप्स. In an outperforming sectors, look for a buy on dip setup. So that is, if you do this one change in your trading setup, chances are that your stock picking will actually improve by leaps and bounds. So Max Healthcare, if you see, it has given a support breakdown. You can see there is a pullback that is happening in Max Healthcare. देखना है, शायद हो सकता है शायद ये pullback sustain नहीं करे. आज एक green candle बन रहा है, but it is yet to cross previous days high as well. Previous days high is around 1073. Right now it is at 1054. हो सकता है कल फिर से शायद हमें Max Healthcare में एक downward move मिले. So look for a sell on rise in an underperforming sector and look for a buy on dips in an outperforming sector. Then lastly, even Zydus Life अगर हम देखेंगे, so Zydus Life also part of the healthcare index, trades below all the key moving averages. You can see it is almost on a verge of a breakdown here. I think if it breaks below 915, 910, chances are that Zydus Life is likely to move down even further. Apart from that, India Defense, look at India Defense by Nifty's ratio chart. The ratio line has been falling. That clearly shows that the defense sector is underperforming. And if you look at stocks like Paris Defense, you can see it has kind of, अगर मैं ये lines को हटा दूं यहाँ पे, and let me take a trend line and let me draw it here. You can clearly see that it has broken below the upward sloping trend line. So there is no point bottom fishing in sectors that are kind of underperforming. Paris Defense जब तक 670, 680 के ऊपर close नहीं देता है, तब तक chances of an up move is ruled out. And probably on the downside, it can test 600 followed by 590 in the short term. And even if you look at GRSE for that matter, even GRSE we felt okay, शायद यहाँ से ऊपर जा सकता है. But if you see your, there was a trend line breakdown and GRSE has started to correct from that particular level. So around 2600 से हम अभी almost 2200 के levels पर आ गए. So, and it is below its 200-day EMA as well. So it's below all the key moving averages. So clearly indicates that the sentiment is negative. So CPSE, healthcare, tourism, defense, realty, all these sectors are underperforming. So in an underperforming sector, अगर कोई स्टॉक ऊपर जा रहा है, don't chase that, wait for a resistance and see कब ये फिर से गिर सकता है, sell on rise setups. या मेटल, आईटी, ऐसे सेक्टर्स में अगर कोई स्टॉक गिर रहा है, सी कि उसका नेक्स्ट सपोर्ट कहाँ पे है, सी आपको कहाँ पे दूसरा बाय ऑन डिप्स सेटअप मिल सकता है कि नहीं. So that is how you kind of you can improve your stock selection and probably pick some good stocks on an intraday basis as well. So that was all about today's mid-market session. I hope it was informative. And let us start off with our question and answer session. If you have any queries, any doubts, do let me know in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer them. Asha ji is asking for GPPL. Let me see. नहीं, GPPL सेल मत करना आशा जी, because I feel that इसका trend positive है. You can consider having 185 as an SL. So 185 एक strong SL है. जब तक 185 is not taken out on the downside, you can continue to hold this particular stock here. ITC hotels. क्लियरली प्रमोद जी आप देख सकते हो, होटल टूरिज्म सेक्टर डाउन है and ITC hotels is clearly trading all the key moving averages. I feel जब तक 200 के ऊपर नहीं जाता, 200 के ऊपर क्लोज नहीं मिलता, तब तक इसका ट्रेंड वीक ही रहेगा. Dinesh ji is asking for Phoenix. Phoenix is probably the only reality index that is doing well. It's at 1804 now. Phoenix is good. I think you can continue to hold. Around 1750 is where the support is. And I think the stock is poised for a fresh breakout on the upside. I think you can continue to hold Phoenix list with around 750 as SL. KPI Green, अवॉइड करना प्रशांत जी, बिकॉज इसका ट्रेंड थोड़ा सा वीक लग रहा है. मुझे लगता है जब तक 450 के ऊपर ब्रेकआउट नहीं आता है, तब तक इसका ट्रेंड नेगेटिव होगा. एंड नीचे डाउन साइड में अराउंड 385 जो कि उसका प्रायर स्विंग लो है, दैट जोन इज लाइकली टू एक्ट एज अ सपोर्ट फॉर केपीआई ग्रीन. आदित्य बिरला फैशन अगेन अवॉइड अर्चना जी, बिकॉज ये भी स्टॉक डाउन ट्रेंड में है. आई थिंक देयर इज वन मेजर सपोर्ट अराउंड 71, बट आई फील जब तक हम इस लेवल के ऊपर नहीं आते हैं, दिस इज, जब तक हम 80 के ऊपर क्रॉस नहीं करते तब तक इसका ट्रेंड वीक ही रह सकता है अर्चना जी. So if you're holding, then maybe around consider 72 as support, have a tight support, because if it falls below 72, chances are that the stock can fall further. Sir bought BSC. मनोहर जी का फेवरेट स्टॉक है BSC. BSC is good. You can continue to hold. I think consider around 2530, 2550 as a support. That is where the 100-day EMA is placed. Don't go for sell and rise. I think too early to say if it's a sell on rise market. I feel the overall trend is still positive. See, if we get a break about 2750, it can move higher. But I think if you are holding, then consider around 2530, 2550 as a stop loss. That is where the 100-day EMA is placed. तो जब तक ये लेवल रेस्पेक्ट करता है, I think you can continue to hold. But if it goes below 2550, then I think it's better to cut it out and then maybe wait for a re-entry here. So I think you have got it at 2600. आप 2650 आप SL ट्रेल करके रख सकते हो, so that even if you lose, you will at least come out with at least 50 rupees profit in this stock here. So 2530, not 2650, sorry, around 2550 के आसपास आप SL कर सकते हो. Maybe हाँ 50 points का SL होगा. And then I think if it moves above, I think 2730, 2750, it can move up higher. GMR Airports is also good. But थोड़ा सा प्रॉफिट, आई थिंक यू कैन होल्ड अराउंड 96 का सपोर्ट लेके आप होल्ड कर सकते हो. Don't average now, maybe look for some reversal signs. Let's say if it goes above 102, 103, that could be a good level. अभी फिलहाल के लिए वो लेवल नहीं है एवरेज करने. अभी के लिए just let it be with around 96 as a support here. If you have bought it at 98, wait until 96. If it goes below 96, it's better to come out with a loss and then probably look for a re-entry here. Clear? Any other questions? Any other queries? You all can let me know in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer them. So Nifty continues to move higher. I feel on an intraday, 25,850, that level is likely to act as a strong support for Nifty. On the upside, I feel it can probably find next resistance somewhere around 25,920, 25,930 levels. ICICI Bank. Uh, kind of dicey. See, the overall private banks, yeah, I mean, the setup is not very convincing. I think ICICI Bank wait for another 35, 40 points. I say wait until 1400. Because I think the momentum in ICICI Bank will pick up once 1400 is taken out on the upside. तो जब तक हम 1400 के ऊपर नहीं जाते हैं तब तक it's better to sit on the sidelines in ICICI Bank. I think in private banks में if you look at private banking space, let's see. RBL Bank is relatively flat. Axis Bank, post the fall, that is also not looking strong. Federal Bank is looking strong. I think one stock from the private banking space, that would be Federal Bank. Though it is trading well above its 20 and 50-day EMA, though there is an RSI divergence as well. But I feel as long as it respects this trend line, I feel the trend is likely to be positive in ICICI Bank. National Aluminium is good. The overall trajectory is positive. I think you can continue to hold because metal is outperforming. So around 260, 265, 267 is where the support is for the stock. Manappuram financial services में है. Yeah, I think it's good. Manappuram is good. Yeah, wait for a close. I'd say थोड़ा close देके कल का इसका देखते हैं कि यहाँ से follow up मिलता है कि नहीं. Because ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए because the previous two times it had come to this level and then it saw some profit booking. But I think let us see financial services. Financial services also recovering. If we look at Nifty financial services by Nifty's ratio chart, there is a good bounce here. If we look at Manappuram by Nifty financial services, yeah, it's good. Manappuram by finance का ratio chart अगर आप देखोगे दिनेश जी, there is a trend line breakout. I think this is a good sign. I feel Manappuram can go up from here. इसका रेशियो चार्ट काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग इंडिकेशन दे रहा है कि मनापुरम इज काइंड ऑफ आउटपरफॉर्मिंग इट्स own sector as well, that is financial services, and there is a clean breakout in Manappuram by Fin Nifty's ratio chart. So this looks good. I think if this ratio keeps going higher, even if you look at the line chart here, it's good. I think can take a chance in Manappuram is what I feel. GMDC, I would say wait until 535 or 540 is taken out on the upside. If you have bought, then around you can probably keep around 475 as an SL. You have bought it at 560. I think 475 का SL रखना पड़ेगा because सी पॉजिटिव ही है जब तक ये 200 EMA के ऊपर है, इसका ट्रेंड पॉजिटिव है. बट फिलहाल के लिए मोमेंटम नहीं है. आप देखोगे MACD फ्लैट है, ADX भी फ्लैट है, RSI भी फ्लैट है. सो आई थिंक 535 540 के ऊपर ब्रेकआउट मिलेगा तो एक मोमेंटम आ सकता है ऑन द अपसाइड इज व्हाट आई फील इन GMDC. Clear. So I guess that's all from today's mid market session. I hope it was informative and I hope you all are finding value in these sessions. If yes, do share this link with your friends, families and relatives. Do share it across and so that more people can participate here. Yeah. So bye guys, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30 for the last mid-market session of the week, and we'll also discuss about Bank of Japan's interest rate announcement tomorrow. Bye guys, take care, and see you tomorrow at 12:30. Take care guys, stay safe.